Alright, well, I picked up this Honda a while ago, made a short video on my my TikTok, but I've went riding this last weekend, and it didn't run the best. It kept trying to die. Like, there's this weird thing where I idle for a while, and then it'll like stutter. So I ordered a new air filter, spark plug, and we're gonna snorkel this bad boy. I'm also gonna try and address the loose wheel on the back, new front CV boots on the front, carburetor clean, and running all the vent lines. What else? I think that's about it for right now. But today, in this part one, I'm going to be cleaning the carburetor. So, yeah, thought I'd live stream it. Why not? For those of you, if anybody in this is watching, the three-wheeler is, I have a three-wheeler 1982 Honda Big Red 200E, and I'm making a video on that. So that's going to be coming whenever it comes, because I'm editing it as I have time. But tonight, we are cleaning a carburetor as easily as we can. So, get to it. That's not the right filter, because I'm missing something for this. So I ordered the right insert for the filter. Let's see. So this is a stock filter. And the problem is this clamp just wants to crush this rubber. So whenever I put it on there, so it doesn't want to clamp down, because it's supposed to have a metal insert that goes into this as like a secondary filter, and that goes into the rubber boot on the carburetor and gives this something hard to clamp against. So that's in the mail as well. So we got that coming to be able to install this new air filter. The reason I didn't keep the other one is because the other one that I just pulled out comes to here and touches this pipe here, and when I put the snorkel 2-inch PVC pipe, I didn't want it to be touched, because I didn't want it to move this around and break the seal that I'm going to put right here with some silicone. So, and plus, if this ever gets swamped, you can take this off and you can clean that, and you can dry that out on the trail. So, yeah. We're just gonna get to town, pull this carburetor out, rebuild it, clean her up, slap it together, and then fire it up tomorrow, because it's too late already to be firing a four-wheeler up in my neighborhood. So let's see here. I got some plastic clips to pull. Let's pull those. I don't have that proper clip pulling tool, but that's all right. Actually, there's some pliers too. I guess there's just two. I guess that's it. Literally just these two and this tube, and then this comes up. Which I'm removing this tube as well, because we're going to end up snorkeling it. So as of right now, that tube's coming out. This one here. There. All this crap back where it goes. Phillips head on the carburetor. I don't need a long one. that needs something. It is rusty. No, I should probably spray both of them. Get them both lubed. See if anybody's saying something. Hi, Aaron Rodriguez. Hello, Shelby Nicole. Hopefully this clamp on the carb isn't rusted to where I can't get it off. It's already not doing too well. A tad bit better. There we go. He definitely doesn't love life, but it is loose. Let's pry that off too. Something's holding us up here. What's holding us up? I adjust this. We gotta take more of these off, probably. Take that bolt out over there as well. Pretty sure it's 10 mil, is it? Yeah, of course it is. Yo, what's up, AJ the Duck? I'm gonna pull out that bolt right there. Oh, I lost my socket. Right. Try and get this panel kind of folded over. And then I always take these, any screw or nut I take out, right back where I got it from. Bam. I think the only other thing holding this on is that and that screw there. So take those out too. Of course. And it would be a screw. There's a nut on the back of that screw, and I don't feel like taking it out, so we're not going to do that. Pliers. Come on, man. There we go. There we go. Now, we don't want to break that. We got to take it out. We got to see if I can use a needle nose to hold the nut in the back. I'm lazy. Ah, I can. Gives us a chance to tighten this up too. I never touched this when I got it. Boom. You're asking yourself, why don't you just use dikes, John? I lost them. That's why. I don't have the cutters. I can't reach that from there. Dang it. Oh, come on. There we go. Remove that panel. Look at that. Maybe we can plastic weld and fix that while we're in here. 'Cause that's broken. Frame's in good shape. Now, I'm fingers crossed when it comes time to do the snorkel, we can bring her out, you know, bring her out yonder. But we're gonna find out, because I don't know. Videos I saw, it went that way. So, anyways, this is what we're here for. Let's take it out. Gotta loosen the clamp on that sucker. Or not, because somebody literally, oh no, you can reach it. Here it is. Ooh, that is not a heavy clamp. We might have to replace that. Oh, there goes. That's the breather for the crankcase. Got to snorkel that too. Boom. Airbox removed. Aaron MHA. Yes, I need this on my For You page. There you go. Awesome. Subscribe. I have videos coming out in the future. I'm not very consistent, but I do make videos once in a while. Boom. Got that. This removed. Man, that's gross. I'm gonna have to replace that clamp, probably even this clamp too. And then all that's gonna have to get sealed up. And then we're gonna put a 2-inch pipe into that and go, and it's gonna boom, straight up the top. We're gonna have a snorkel bike. But today's mission is this carburetor. Let me bring the camera in a little closer now. Time to remove that. Now this thing runs pretty good. The only reason I'm taking it apart is because at idle, so I'm expecting something to do with the needle or something to do with the secondary jet. It like stumbles once in a while. So it could be a carburetor or it could be a spark plug too, so I ordered a spark plug, but I just wanted to crack it open and give it a look. We're not digging too deep, but we're digging deep enough to see what we're working with. Really? I don't have a long Phillips head screwdriver? Seriously? Okay. So we have to make this work. Oh, okay, that was not bad. Okay, that's pretty decently loose. I ordered vent line. Should be the right size for the crankcase here. Wait, really? It comes from right there? and goes all the way up underneath, and one goes down and one comes up. I figured out on these stock Hondas, they literally just, there's no, like a car has a recirculation system where the crankcase breathes back into the intake. On four-wheelers, there's one that goes up high, which I don't know why they'd snorkel this all the way up to here. It makes no sense, because there's another one that splits and goes down. See? And that gets worn out and lets water in. But this enables the oil that is in the vapors to drip down, and this enables the air that's coming out of the crankcase to come up. So, yeah, we're gonna keep that for stockness, but we're gonna keep it in case I don't want to put it back in stock. What I just blew on was my ADHD brain. It has a check valve, and I wanted to know if it was working, because if you go underwater and that check valve gets pushed up, you won't get water in the intake. But if you pull, it allows the fuel to drain out. So I might not vent the carburetor bowl. I'll leave that on there. On my three-wheeler I've been in water about way over the carb, and I think I'm getting water up the drain and into the bowl, because after I come out of the hole it takes forever for it to clear up, and it wants to bog and die. So we gotta fix that so she stops chewing on water. I know it's a Honda, but you don't want it to chew on water. How's it going, guys? Just check on the chat. Alright. See if we can wiggle this bad boy off. Well, someone's been in here before, because that fuel line does not have a clamp on it. So I'm not the first person to be doing this. Okay, and apparently a little bit down is how you turn the fuel off, because that was still flowing fuel. Interesting. Boom. Now we're going to do what I like to call a bike carb rebuild, or on the bike car. I don't even know what I call it. I'm just going to rebuild the carburetor right here. Tilt that sucker upside down just like that. See all the fuel coming out of the overflow there? Right onto the ground. It's good for the paint on the ground, you know. But yeah, we're going to pull this bolt off here. Let's see. Okay, well, when these kind of screws give me a hard time, okay, we're gonna not strip those. And I'll show you. Check, see ya. Oh boy. You take a screwdriver, whatever, just kind of give it a tap. Kind of helps loosen up the screw. See? Boom. And a fist and a push down, that helps too sometimes. Boom. Two more. Boom. One more. Oh, come on. Ah, 4 for 4, baby. All right, let me get a bowl and a metal plate so I don't lose screws here. Bowl. Metal plate, okay. Get my stool. Flex stand. Oh. Well, I don't know who's watching, but how y'all doing tonight? You got a machine at home? Drop it in the chat there, and I'll let you know if I used to have one. I've had quite a few bikes over the years. On the channel, I did some work on a Rincon a while back. Okay, now here's the part I don't want to happen. Hopefully we can reuse this gasket, but I didn't buy a rebuild kit. Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna go with a strong, maybe that leaks again in the future. Doesn't look that bad, but the bowl's definitely got some stuff in it. Like, you don't want that there. And you don't want that down there. So it definitely has some stuff in it. There's definitely a possibility there's something clogged somewhere. Is that a gasket maker? I don't know. It looks like someone may have put like a thin bead of gasket maker on there at one point, which is not a bad idea. I might do the same. Yeah, I might clean that up and just run a thin coat of RTV on there. I don't feel like buying a new gasket. Oh. Primer works. She's a squirter. Looks like it's on the bench. Clean that in a second. We don't want to break the float here, so we're going to take it out. And there's some schmegma on that too. I'm live. I'm live on Facebook, on YouTube. Carburetor had a little bit of stuff in it, not that bad though. Brake clean, even though I should be using carb clean, but I don't really care. What do I need? Oh yeah, flathead. Flathead screwdriver. I have 2 flathead screwdrivers. Okay, we're going to take out the main jet first. Oh, it's a 2-parter. Yeah. You always look through the hole, just make sure she's clean. It was. And then we'll take out the secondary jet, which I think is going to have some schmegma up in there. Okay. And am I correct? Good way to pierce out. I think I'm right. I think there's some stuff in there. Let me show. So you can only see a little pinhole of light. Well, actually it's not that bad. As long as you can see through those holes and those, and it's pretty good. Well, gonna clean her out anyways. nice cleanliness to that. 100%, 100%. Just gonna give her a bath. Definitely want to get the brake clean all over the plastics, so that way they destroy them. Don't do that. I'm joking. Yep. All right, let's pull out this secondary part of the main jet. See if I can do it with the pliers. No, let's get the right tool for that. By the right tool, I mean wrong tool, but one that's better than the one I was just using. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. Looks decent. Looks decent as well. Try to get that slide open a little bit. Sprayer in there. Yep. Yep.
How it looks at my write-off page and sheet and shit.
I'm live on YouTube. By the way, my phone.
Oh.
Something there. Looks pretty decent. Oh, there's a little. Let's see, what's that? I don't even know what this is. I'm learning stuff for the first time here on this one. What's this? There's a little plug. There's a little plug in that. Whoa! Whatever that is, it's clear and it's clean. Put that plug back in. Alright, well, we got our inlet for the fuel clean. That was clean. Secondary and main jets clean. And that's clean. I'm not going to mess with any of this because it runs perfect. And I think we're just gonna probably end up solving my problem with the spark plug, but I don't even know. I'm gonna blow these out with some air. That back in there. We're gonna blow this one out. Let's see here. Put that back in there. I know I gotta tighten that still. But I'm gonna put that on there anyways. Tight. That one's tight. What else? Oh yeah, that's right. I need air. I'm not done. I'm gonna blow backwards through the needle seat here. Looks gooch. Gucci. Not too bad. Alright, let's see. Let me bring this over to the bench. I'm gonna wipe this off real quick with a microfiber. You always gotta be careful of these floats. I've broken them before trying to wipe them down, and that's not good. I'll give that a quick wipe down. It's got some haziness on it, some dirt. On these floats too, you gotta float. Let's see here. And then you got this little needle which slides in that slot there. Like that. Oh, pulled it out. And then as the float comes down, it'll eventually seat, and then it's got a little spring action. The little tip there. Got a spring action on it. Oh, my nails are nasty. See that? Spring. Like that. And sometimes I've had that get stuck down before, and that made my carb flow overfilled by a lot. You want to check that too. Slide this sucker back in. No, the needle fell off. Let's try that again. Take two. And then we'll take the float bowl holding rod. I don't even know the technical name for that, but it's back where it needs to go. I'm looking at the surface here, and a smart guy would have probably would have cleaned that up. Nah, be fine. Any hooser, and take whatever this was. So there's some stuff on that. See, like something as small as this. I mean, like literally something as small as this. That little piece of dirt right there that I just knocked off. And that little piece of dirt inside of there. All those little pieces of dirt will get stuck in those little tiny holes I just showed you guys. And then that's that. Game over. You're clogged. And she's not wanting to idle underwater on the side of the trail. And you're like, what the hell? This bad boy went on like so. Alright, now this is a very quick and dirty cleaning. Come on, get out of the way, vacuum. Get out of the way. All right, we're gonna want to clean this up. All that stuff in there, no bueno. Scrapes. I've seen people say that if you want to be running underwater, I mean, I literally never use this. It's for, I think it's only for like really, really cold temperatures. People say to silicone that. But That boot looks to be sealing to me. Unless I'm about to rip it, literally right now on camera. Nope. Okay. Put that back the way it was. Plus, I'm not trying to like live underwater. I just go through mud holes when I come across them, you know? This isn't gonna be like an underwater bike like some people build. All right. Let's see here. Trying to think, I might have one of these gaskets. It's a very common Honda gasket. Well, this is a different primer bulb. No, I don't think I got that actually. This is interesting. Like what the heck's the purpose of that? See, look at all that stuff in there. See all that there? You wanna get rid of that. Just because of how bad this gasket is, and I'm trying to do this on the cheaper side, we're gonna just do a super, super, super thin coat of ultra gray. Ultra gray gasket maker. It's sealed up on me. I gotta pinch that out of there. I just take one of these orange picks, stick it in, and just pop. That's usually enough just to get a little out. There we go. Just a little bit. Super thin layer just to get it to seal. We don't want it to smoosh when we bolt her back down. We just want it to seal. I know this isn't the right way, but as Junkyard Diggs would say, I don't know if it's fixed, but it's different. Now I gotta be real careful here, because we do not want to get any in that primer section, just in case it doesn't need to be used one day. There we go. I feel like that's good. How's everybody doing in chat? You learning something? If you can learn one thing a day, a wise man once told me that you're doing something good in that day. All right. Got that coated up. Now let's go put it back on the bike. Oh, don't forget, you always wipe off that excess and then cap it back off because it will keep coming out of this tube, especially when you crinkle it up like this. There we go. Now let's put it back on the bike. Trying to do this one-handed is not easy. Okay. I reckon that's good enough. Alright. Well, I didn't see anything too obvious, but it definitely got a little cleaner. I do say so myself. Which way does this go now? I don't remember. This way. Start one at a time instead of dropping them all in there because I'm pretty sure at one point I've definitely dropped them all in there and then dropped the carburetor and lost all my screws. So yeah, I almost did it again. Start the threading, then move on to the next one. Start the threading, move on to the next one. But you know what? The threads on that one are pretty gummed up. I'm gonna hit that with the wire real quick. Wire brush, if I can find it somewhere, maybe. Hello. So wire brush. Here it is. Bring them all just to where they seat, and then I'll go through and tighten them all. And you know, don't gotta be that crazy tight. I've learned that over the years. Boom. She's tightened. I'm actually gonna clean this too, just a little bit. Give it a scrub. My thought process is if it gets a leak and it's clean, you can see where the leak comes from a little easier. There. Not too bad. Okay. Put it back on. Yep, put it back on. There's a little locating tab too, like on the side of the throttle body, or on the other side of like the piece, and then there's a little rubber. Let me just show you. Right there. There's a little metal tab and then a little rubber double tab, and you gotta get that carburetor. Jeez Louise. I got the carburetor seated right in there. for maximum sealing. That's where it's not got to float off on a weird level. Make sure it's all the way down. And then tighten that clamp back up. The clamp actually also has a little indicator tab for it as well on the rubber boot. Boom, that's tight. Toy, like a toy gun. And this is going to get vacuum lined, ran all the way up to snorkel. That's going to get snorkeled. The drain line. Whoa, that's crazy bending. I'm actually going to replace this line while I'm here. Because I have some. Okay, you know, this few line I got is for like weed whacker stuff. I got other line coming that's going to be the right diameter, so we will hold off on replacing the drain line. There we go. Now, do I put the airbox back in before I fire it back up? Man, I don't. Is this the right size for this? Nope, not even close. Oh, let's clean up. It's always good to clean up as you go. I didn't do that today, but. Going to put all the tools away, and then I guess I'll fire it up. Here, let's see, what time does it say on my Dale Earnhardt clock? Y'all like that? Dale Earnhardt clock. I came with the house. Raised the value of the house. I'm trying to look through the phone. What do we got here? We got. Shoot, it's almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'll fire it up. Is the muffler completely gone? Yeah, but I'll still fire it up. Yeah, that's anxiety reading. It is not organized. Once a month, they get reorganized. It's kind of like screwdrivers, pliers, and then little screwdrivers. You know what I mean? Go ahead and pop that back in there. Dang. The O-ring in there leaks, so I gotta pull out the connectors every single time I'm done. Put back our RTV next to your JD Weld and your dielectric grease. Always a must. Put that in there. Close that up. Put my little straw back in the stock. Does anybody else do this? Put the straw back in the stock piece of tape that's on there so they don't lose it? Or is it just me? That goes in the brake section. Lid for the airbox. And go back. That for right now. Okay, you know what? Let's see if it fires right up. I gotta reconnect the negative cutoff switch. I put it on it. We can find out. Also, while I was sitting in the garage, I'm putting it on the charger because I forgot to loosen it the other day and it died. Alright, you guys ready? Just choke it. Turn the fuel back on. I heard it fill up the fuel line. Make sure we don't get anything out to overflow. Which we don't. Let's see. It's coughing back out the carburetor. So what it would do before, it would be idling, and then it would go, and it would like stutter down. So if the idle's like this, cold, we fixed it. We give it about a minute. Hasn't done its major hiccup yet. It doesn't love the open air box, but it's working. Seems to be running fairly decent. When it was cold before, I'd have to have it like full choke, revved up, like this. If I didn't have it like that, it would like hiccup and then just die. I think she's pretty good. It's a little shaky. I think I could use a spark plug still, which we have in the mail on its way, and we have a new air filter with the new metal mesh air filter inside, so I should give it much better back pressure. And maybe that'll help with the running conditions. Look at that, 56 minutes. Pulled the plastics off, pulled the carburetor off, and cleaned it and put it back on. We cleaned it. Oh yes, let's see if I'm gonna see if I just realized, let me check our RTV job. Yeah, no leaks yet. Seems legit. I also need to do the valves on this thing. I really should adjust the valves, but not today.